I want to tell you something. Ordinary people achieve great things all of the time, and they do it by taking action. Welcome back to the Dropship podcast. Today, I want to talk to the people who have been listening in for a while. Maybe you've been listening in for months. Maybe you've even been listening in for years. And I know those people are out there. You've been soaking up all the information. Maybe you've been listening. Maybe you've been watching YouTube videos. And you've been dreaming about starting a business. But you haven't quite taken that first step yet. Maybe you've played a little bit around the edges with a bit of research, but you haven't really made a concrete decision to start a business. Now, if that's you, you've probably been saying things to yourself like, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when I know more. Or I'll start when I find the right products to sell. Or I'll start when I've got a little bit more money in the bank. Or even, I'm just really busy and I'll start when I feel like I've got more time. Now, I get it. I've said those same things in my life as well. But the reality is, that perfect or right time that you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. Here's something I've learned in over 10 years of consistent business. And I've seen it over and over again with our students, with my coaching clients, and it shows up in my own life. There is no perfect time to start a business. There's just the time that you decide to start. When I launched my very first business, which was called Chic Chandeliers, it was probably about the worst time to start. My wife was pregnant with our second child. I was working 55 hours plus a week in my day job, in my career. I had a long commute to and from work every day, nearly 2 hours each way. I was traveling interstate a lot. So I was a manager, I had a team based around the country, and I had to travel to see them physically fairly regularly. I had a big mortgage. We had bills, regular bills. We had no financial cushion, so there wasn't much money in the bank at any given point in time, and we had a lot of uncertainty in our lives. But I made the decision to start anyway, and it completely changed the trajectory of my life. Now, along the way, since then, there have definitely been ups and downs. There have been some big ups and there have been some big downs. But there has not been 1 second within the last 10 years where I have regretted making the decision to start that first business. What I learned is that you never feel ready because starting something new always feels uncomfortable. You just have to do it anyway. The reality is most people aren't waiting for more time. They're waiting for the fear to go away. The fear of failure, the fear of being judged, the fear of things not working. But here's the thing, the fear never goes away. You just learn to move with it. Every entrepreneur that you admire has failed. Most have failed many times, and most have failed more times than they've succeeded. I have absolutely failed at more things that I've tried than have worked. Now, those entrepreneurs, those successful entrepreneurs that you might see out there, that you might admire, they still feel fear. It's not that the fear has gone away for them. They still feel it. But what they've learned to do is to recognize it and just set it to one side and say, yes, I feel that fear. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the first small step towards the thing that I want to achieve, and I'm just going to do it anyway. The goal is not to stop feeling fear. The goal is to be able to just take the first step, make it as simple as possible, that first step. Take the first step and then take the next step and the next step. And taking a step builds confidence, and confidence helps you to set aside fear. People don't get started because of perfectionism. The voice that says, I just need to learn a little bit more, or I need to find the perfect niche or the perfect products before I start. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. You will learn more in 1 month of doing something than you will learn in 6 months researching or watching videos or listening to podcasts. Action creates clarity. Every successful business you see right now started as an absolute mess. In fact, most of the successful ones you see right now behind closed doors are still an absolute mess. Once again, when I think back to my first business, my first go at an online business, at a website, at selling products, which was over 10 years ago, As I said, it was called Chic Chandeliers. You can probably find it on Wayback Machine. That first website looked terrible. When I look at that today, I think, oh my God, what was I thinking? What was I doing? I would be ashamed today to put that website up and put my name for it. But here's the thing. It still worked well enough. It made sales. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. It was terrible, but it was good enough. It was good enough that people would buy from me. It was good enough that people would call my business and we could provide customer service where people could see that we were real people, that we were decent people, and that they could buy from us. And over time, off the back of those small steps and small bits of progress, I was able to improve and get better and better. And the only reason I was able to get better and better was because I was taking action. I was doing something. The only thing that guarantees that you will not get better, that you will not move, that you will not change, is by doing nothing. So if you sit there where you are today and continue to do nothing towards what you would like to achieve, you are guaranteeing you will not achieve it. 100%, you will not achieve it. Whereas if you take action today, yes, there is a chance it might not work, but there is also definitely a very strong chance that it will work. And if you can combine taking those first steps with continuing to consistently take steps after that, you will reach some form of success. It might not be what you envisaged it being in the first place. When I started 10 years ago, I didn't imagine that I would be sitting right where I am right now in this room recording this podcast. Hell, I didn't even think about having a podcast. I didn't think about having students, having a course. I didn't think about owning multiple e-commerce businesses, multiple successful e-commerce businesses at the same time, like I do right now. I didn't even imagine I would be living where I'm living right now. I had different ideas. I had different plans, but I just kept taking action, and this is where it's led me to. And I've got to say, I'm very happy where it's led me to, even though it's not what I originally had in mind. And so you can't wait to find the right thing, right? Because that time never comes. You're making an excuse. Another thing that people fall prey to at the stage that they're really falling prey to is comparison. You might be sitting there thinking, well, everyone else is ahead of me. There's already all of these online businesses or businesses that have started, and they look so fantastic. Like, how can I ever catch up? How can I compete? How can I be in that niche? How can I be in that market? I've got an idea to sell these products, which I think are good, but I can see there's other people that are already selling those products. And how can I do it better than them? The only difference between those people and you is that they made a choice to start. Nobody makes all the sales. Nobody gets all the customers. Nobody has all the money in any one market, in any one niche. There is always room for more. You just have to make the decision to get started. And probably one of the real reasons why you're not getting started is comfort. And I get it. Sometimes life is just comfortable enough. It's not bad. Like when I think back to where I started, my life wasn't bad. Like I said, I had a job. It paid pretty well. I was living in a nice house in a nice part of the world, a beautiful part of the world, in fact. I have a beautiful wife who I love very much. I had a child. We were about to have another child. None of that was bad. It was just comfortable enough. But it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be more. But the problem with comfort is that it's a slow killer. It convinces you to settle for just good enough when you are capable of great things. I want to tell you something. You don't have to be a great person to achieve great things. Ordinary people achieve great things all of the time, and they do it by taking action, by doing something, by taking the small steps that compound one on each other time and time again until they reach what other people might consider to be great. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in discomfort, and that's where your freedom lies. Now, not only is there no perfect time, but now is in fact the best time to start. Like literally, now is the best time to start. It's better than it's ever been. It's better than it was 10 years ago when I started. In fact, I look at some of the things that people have available to them today when they're starting a new business, and I go, holy shit, I wish that was around when I started. The information, the systems, the tools, the AI tools that exist today to help you build, launch, and grow a business, most of it wasn't around when I started, and so I had to make a ton of mistakes. I had to lose a ton of money along the way to learn what I know today. Now, you can completely shortcut so much of that if you're smart. Couple that with the fact that the e-commerce industry is growing every year. It continues to grow, and it's growing rapidly. It's not growing slowly. If you start now, you've got the ability to learn on the very front edge of where this business model, e-commerce, is headed. The sooner you start, the sooner your skills start to compound. So getting great at something is the process of doing a lot of small things which build on each other, right? They compound. It's like interest. You need time in the market. You need time to practice. You need time to build your skills. So every product you research, every supplier you call, every ad you run, that's experience that pays off for years to come. Whereas every month you wait, you're delaying that compounding effect. And so essentially, waiting actually puts you further behind. So someone else is going to be taking the spot that you could have had if you started today, or they're building the skill set that you wish you had if you just started today. So the best time to start can never be in the future. You don't need a ton of money. You don't need a ton of time to start. But by waiting, you're actually delaying the compounding effect that learning the skills and getting the practice that you need to build greatness will actually get you. Here's what you should do next. I'll keep it really simple. You can take the first steps right now. And I absolutely guarantee you, you start taking the first steps and you start doing them in the right way, you're going to build your confidence. Don't set yourself the goal of saying, I need to build a multi-million-dollar business, because you're not going to do that tomorrow. Start yourself with something very small. The first step, I need to find a good niche, not the perfect niche. I need to find a good niche and some good products to sell. Now, there are literally thousands of good products to sell on a high-ticket dropshipping business. There are literally thousands. Yes, there are some bad ones, if I can use the terminology of good and bad. There are some that are not great to sell, but there are far more ones that are good to sell than there are ones that are not great to sell. So find some products to sell. They don't have to be perfect. Now, if you need help doing that, you can go to dropshipbreakthru.com/passion. We have a great little short course that will show you exactly how to find the right niche and the right products to sell. You can do it using AI or without AI. We show you how to do it both ways. And I guarantee you that if you take that, we will find you products and a niche to sell in. You will absolutely be able to check that first step off. I'm guaranteeing it to you. If you don't, I'll give you your money back. Right? It's $27 at the moment, by the way. There's no one who can't afford $27 if you really want to, right? So you can take that first step, that big first step that I know many people hold back from. Oh, I need to find the right products before I start, or I need more research. No, you don't. You don't need any of that. You're making excuses. You can take the first step and you can have that question answered in the next couple of days. And then you can take the next step. What's the next step? Set up a website. Right now, this is so much easier than it's ever been to set up a website. You go to Shopify, you open a Shopify account, set up a website, dropshipping website. We've talked about it plenty of times on this podcast before, how you do this. Set up your website. Next step, contact some suppliers. So once again, if you get that short course that I mentioned before, I even in there show you how to find suppliers for the products that you want to sell. So you find some suppliers. Right? It's super easy. You can use Google. You can use AI tools like ChatGPT to help you find suppliers, and then call those suppliers. You've got a phone. I know you've got a phone. Pick it up. Call the suppliers. Have a really simple conversation. Hey, it's John from insert business name. We sell insert product type. And I've seen your products. You've got a great brand. You've got great products. I would love to sell them on my website. We operate via the direct-to-customer method. We ship products directly from your warehouse to the customer. Does that sound good? That's the conversation. Simple. You can do it. Some of them are going to say no. Some of them are going to say yes. You don't need all of them to say yes. And the ones that say no, it's going to feel a little bit ick, right? You're going to fail a little bit. But so what? It doesn't matter. What have you got to lose? You're never going to talk to that person again anyway. But you'll get some suppliers. There is almost nobody who tries that who doesn't get any suppliers. And imagine if you didn't get any suppliers. What would you do? Would you quit? No. Why would you quit? You would just go back a step and find a different niche and try again. Just like there's not getting started 100% guarantees that you will never make any progress, quitting also guarantees that you will never make any progress. And up until this point, those steps I've mentioned, you've spent almost no money. Almost no money is down here yet. And so you've got nothing to lose. To go back, pick a different niche, call some more suppliers, rejig your website a little bit. Like, so what? It's so easy. You can do that as many times as you need to, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means something you tried didn't work. Like, if you want to run a business, you're going to try 1,000 things that don't work. And that's the point. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. So call your suppliers. You'll get some yeses. Put their products on your website. Once their products are on your website, you're ready to start selling. Final step, open up a Google Ads account, Google Merchant Center account, and start running Google Shopping ads. Simple steps. Running Google Shopping ads is enough to get you to 7 figures in revenue in many niches. And it's that simple. Those are the 5 steps you need to take to start a high-ticket dropshipping business. But you just need to start with the first one. Find a niche, find products to sell. It's that simple. So if you've been hanging out here, wanting to know more, wanting to learn more, waiting till you feel good about starting, till you get some warm, fuzzy feeling and the clouds are going to part and a ray of sunshine is going to come down onto your face and you're going to be like, oh, it's time to start. That time is not coming. It's never coming. Today is where you need to start. So take that first step, find your products. And if you'd like to work with us, with me and Ben from the Dropship podcast at Dropship Breakthru, which is our course and community for high-ticket dropshipping business owners, where we show people how to do everything hands-on over my shoulder. You watch me do every little simple step, every tiny little thing, build the website from scratch, research products, set up every single account you'll have to set up, show you how to run ads, and take you right through every marketing thing you would ever need to do to grow a high-ticket dropshipping business to 8 figures in annual revenue, which we've done multiple times. And we're the only people out there with a course that can say they've done that. And I know that for a fact. We've done it multiple times. Now is the best time to take that step. Now, you can do it by yourself, and I don't want to discourage you from doing that. But if you do want us in your corner, showing you how to do everything, helping you and giving you the support to get it done, right now is the best time to do that. And the reason for that is our Black Friday sale is live now. You listening to this podcast episode or watching this video on YouTube is giving you first access to it. I haven't pushed it out anywhere yet. It's at dropshipbreakthru.com/BFCM. You'll find the link below the episode in the description. Course is on sale. Access to our membership, access to our community, access to our support is on sale now at the lowest price that we have ever sold it and the lowest price we will ever sell it. So go to that link now, join the program, and we're going to show you how to do everything. You can get started today. So don't wait any longer. Take the next step. Like I said, there is not a second that I have regretted starting a business when I look back at it. And I've lost along the way a lot of money. And I maybe regret some of the decisions I've made or some of the things I've tried. But even so, that first fundamental choice, I have never regretted that. But I know if I hadn't, if I was 10 years down the track and I was still working the same sort of job in the same sort of career, which I'd got to the point where it's pretty much a dead end for me, I would 100% regret that. And I wouldn't even want to imagine the person I would be if I had have done that. And that opportunity and that path and that feeling lies in front of you right now. It's right there. All you have to do is take it up.